Let me tell you something. If you've ever woken up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you know what I'm talking about. It's that moment where the world is still. The noise of the day hasn't started yet, and all you can hear is your own breath. It's the kind of stillness that feels like a whisper, almost like a call. You see, God is trying to get your attention. That early morning wake up, it's not a coincidence. There's a reason. It's not just the darkness of the night that's pulling you from your sleep, it's purpose. You've been called, and it's time to step into the greatness that's waiting for you. God doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night because he wants to disrupt your rest. No, he's waking you up because he's preparing you for something greater. You have something inside of you that the world needs to see. And sometimes the only way for God to get through to you is to shake you out of your comfort zone. That time between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is sacred. It's the hour where things start to shift. You may not always understand it, but there's a divine purpose in those quiet moments. You have been set apart for something bigger than yourself. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why me? Why now? Why am I awake when the world is asleep? And that's the question that needs to be answered. When you wake up at those hours, your spirit is being stirred. God is saying, I need you to listen. I need you to focus. There's something I want you to see, and you're not going to see it when you're distracted by the noise of the day. These early hours are a time for clarity. When everyone else is resting, you have the opportunity to receive direction, to get insight, and to get grounded in your purpose. And let me tell you something, it's not just a call for you to pray, although that's part of it. It's a call to take action. It's a reminder that you're meant for more than just existing. You are here to make a difference. And if God is waking you up in the middle of the night, it's because you have work to do. It's because you have a destiny to fulfill, and the time is now. Your dreams are bigger than your fear, and the only way to bring them to life is through the discipline, focus, and work that starts in these early hours. You might be tired, yes. You might feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But those moments of stillness between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are not for the weak, they are for the chosen. You've been picked for a reason, and God's not done with you yet. The world may not understand what's happening inside of you, but that's okay. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. God is preparing you for something that's bigger than any limitation, bigger than any struggle, and bigger than any doubt that might try to hold you back. So when you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, don't ignore it. I don't roll over and go back to sleep. Get up, get moving. This is your moment. This is the time to focus. The world is still, and your mind is clear. Take advantage of that. Start praying. Start planning. Start visualizing your success. Start working on that dream you've been putting off for too long. You have a gift, and it's time to use it. Your purpose is too important for you to be asleep right now. You've been called to greatness, and greatness starts with action. Your wake-up call is divine. Your wake-up call is divine, and it's not just a random event. When you find yourself waking up in the stillness of the night, especially between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m., it's more than just a disruption in your sleep. It's a divine invitation. It's God calling you to rise, to step into the quiet, and to embrace the purpose and clarity that only the early hours can bring. In those moments when the world is asleep and the noise of life is silent, there's an opportunity to hear the whispers of your true calling, to receive insight that you may otherwise miss during the chaos of the day. Many people may dismiss these early morning wake-ups as nothing more than a disruption. But if you stop and listen, you'll realize it's far more than that. It's a sacred time when God can speak to you without the distractions of the world. Think about it. During the day, you're running, dealing with work, family obligations, and all the responsibilities that come with them. But when you're awakened in the stillness of the night, there's nothing but space for reflection, prayer, and seeking answers. This quiet time is the divine's way of getting your attention. Life can be overwhelming, and we often get so caught up in the busyness of everything around us that we forget to stop and listen to the deeper truths that are within us. We're constantly chasing after external goals and validation. But God knows that sometimes we need a moment to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with our higher purpose. That's why in the stillness of the night, He calls us to wake up. It's an opportunity for you to reconnect with your true self and to hear God's voice guiding you. When God wakes you up in the middle of the night, it's not random. It's a call to focus. It's a call to pray, to reflect, and to gain insight into the next steps in your life. Think about it, when everyone else is asleep, there are fewer distractions, and the world seems to slow down. That's when you can find clarity. In those moments, God is offering you the space to think deeply, to listen, and to discern what you are meant to do with your life. It's in that time of stillness that you can hear the most profound guidance, the most powerful answers to questions that may have been weighing on you. The wake-up call is also an invitation to act. It's not enough to simply listen. You are being prompted to make a move. Whether it's taking the next step in your career, making amends in your relationships, or pursuing a dream you've long delayed, that early morning wake-up is a sign that it's time to stop procrastinating and take action. God is saying, it's time. You've been prepared. You've been given the vision. And now it's time to do the work. This divine wake-up call is an opportunity to gain strength, direction, and clarity for the path ahead. It's about leaning into the quiet to hear God's whispers that guide you toward the greatness you were made for. The more you answer this call, the more you'll realize that these early hours are an essential part of your journey. The divine uses this time to equip you with everything you need to keep moving forward, to face challenges with grace, and to step boldly into the life you were created for. So the next time you wake up in the middle of the night, don't just roll over and try to fall back asleep. Embrace the silence. Accept that divine invitation and listen. God is calling you to rise, to reflect, and to step into your purpose with clarity and confidence. The wake-up call is divine. It's your moment to align with your higher purpose and prepare for what's next. You are being prepared for something bigger. When you find yourself waking up at an unusual hour, especially in the quiet of the night, you might think it's just an inconvenience or the result of a restless mind. But there's a deeper meaning to those moments. Those interruptions in your sleep are signs that you are being prepared for something bigger. The challenges you faced, the struggles you endure, the late nights you push through, all of it is laying the foundation for something greater. You are in the process of transformation, and every experience is preparing you for the next level of your life. God doesn't wake you up in the stillness of the night to disrupt your peace. He's waking you up because He needs you to be ready for what's coming. There are things you cannot yet comprehend that are waiting for you. There is a calling on your life that you are stepping into, and it requires your full attention. The preparation doesn't happen when things are easy and smooth. It happens in those moments when you're being tested, when you're being stretched beyond your limits. It happens when you feel like everything is working against you and you question whether you're capable of moving forward. But in those moments when it seems hardest, you're actually being shaped, molded, and made ready for the greatness that is on the horizon. You see, being prepared for something bigger often means you have to go through things that feel uncomfortable, things that don't make sense at the time. Growth isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. You cannot walk into the next season of your life without first being strengthened and refined. Those early wake-up calls and moments of restlessness in the middle of the night are giving you the space to build resilience, clarity, and focus. You are being prepared for your calling in ways that you can't see yet. But when it happens, you will understand why you had to endure the process. This preparation also teaches you patience. You might be wondering why it's taking so long to see the results you desire. But you are being prepared not just for the goal, but for the person you must become in order to handle that goal. The bigger the purpose, the bigger the responsibility that comes with it. God doesn't give us more than we can handle, but He will stretch us to ensure we are ready for what's next. That's why you can't rush the process. You have to trust that everything you're going through is part of the blueprint for your future. Another important aspect of this preparation is developing the mindset to succeed. The challenges, the lessons, and the quiet moment when you feel alone or uncertain are all shaping your mental and emotional strength. When you step into the bigger things that are waiting for you, you will need the strength to stand firm, the wisdom to make decisions, and the courage to face the challenges that come with that bigger calling. The preparation you're undergoing right now is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. It's making sure you have the fortitude to handle the weight of the opportunities that will come. In the process of being prepared for something bigger, you're also learning the value of trust. You're learning to trust the timing of your life, the guidance you receive, and the process of growth itself. There are moments when you want to rush to push things forward, but remember, you are being prepared to not just handle success, but to be a person who can sustain and appreciate it when it arrives. When the time comes, you'll realize that everything you've been through, every moment of uncertainty, every moment of growth has been preparing you for this exact moment. The bigger things are waiting for you, but you need to be ready. And trust that all of it, from the restless nights to the challenges you're overcoming, is part of the process to get you there. You are being prepared for something bigger, something that will require all of your strength, wisdom, and faith to embrace fully. And when it comes, you'll know exactly why it took every moment of your journey to bring you to that point. Don't ignore the call. When you feel that internal stirring, that calling that comes out of nowhere, it's not something you should dismiss. That call, that pull deep within your spirit, is not just a random thought or an urge. It's a divine invitation, an opportunity that's been placed in your heart for a reason. The truth is, you've been chosen for something greater. The question is, will you listen? Will you answer when the call comes? Or will you ignore it and continue to walk the safe, familiar path? Don't ignore the call. The world often encourages us to play it safe, to stay comfortable, and to avoid risk. But the reality is that greatness is never born out of comfort. It's born out of stepping into the unknown, of answering a call that may seem daunting, uncertain, or even frightening. But it is precisely in those moments when you step out of your comfort zone, when you listen to that quiet voice urging you forward, that you find the growth and the fulfillment you're seeking. Ignoring the call is not only a missed opportunity, it's a denial of the purpose that's been placed in your life. Deep down, you know what you are capable of. You know that you were made for more than just existing. You were made to impact, to lead, to contribute, and to leave a legacy. The call you feel is a reminder of that purpose. It's a call to greatness, a call to push past your fears and doubts, and to move into the life you were always meant to live. Every time you ignore the call, you delay your growth and miss out on the lessons that come with stepping into new challenges. The path ahead may not always be easy, but the rewards, both internal and external, are greater than anything you could ever imagine. When you take that first step in faith, when you choose to listen to the call, you not only open the door to new opportunities, but you open your heart to the potential within you that you may not even know exists. However, answering the call requires courage. It requires the courage to face your fears, to trust in yourself, and to believe in something greater than your own limitations. It's easy to convince yourself that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, or that it's just too risky. But let me tell you something. No one is ever truly ready. The preparation comes in the journey. The strength is built through taking action, even when the path is unclear. Every step you take in response to the call strengthens your faith, your resilience, and your capacity for greatness. You're also not meant to walk this journey alone. When you answer the call, you find your tribe, those who support you, challenge you, and help you rise. The call is not just a personal journey, but a collective one. You may not see it now, but the impact you make when you step into your purpose will ripple out, touching the lives of others and inspiring them to answer their own calls. Ignoring the call ultimately leads to regret. Deep down, we all know that the greatest regret is not failing or making mistakes. It's not trying at all. It's staying stuck, holding back, and never stepping into the greatness that's waiting for you. The longer you delay, the further you push your dreams out of reach. But if you choose to listen, if you choose to step up and answer the call, you will look back and realize that it was the best decision you ever made. So don't ignore the call. It's your time to rise, to grow, and to live the life you were destined to live. Embrace the challenge, trust the process, and know that the call is the beginning of something extraordinary. You've been chosen. Now it's time to answer. The stillness is for reflection and insight. The stillness, especially in the quiet hours of the night, holds incredible power. It's not just an absence of noise or activity. It's a space where true reflection and insight can be born. In the midst of our busy, fast-paced lives, we often overlook the power of silence. We're constantly rushing from one task to the next, juggling responsibilities and facing the demands of the world around us. But when you take the time to pause, when you embrace the stillness, that's when the most profound moments of clarity and understanding can arise. In our day-to-day lives, we're so caught up in the noise, whether it's the noise of work, family, social media, or the constant hum of distractions, that we rarely give ourselves the chance to truly reflect. We seldom sit in quiet and truly listen to ourselves, our hearts, and our deeper desires. But the stillness offers us an opportunity to connect with our innermost thoughts, feelings, and ideas. It's in this space that we can pause and assess where we are in life, where we want to go, and what changes we need to make. The stillness invites us to reflect on our choices, our path, and the way we've been showing up in the world. It's a moment to get real with ourselves, without judgment, without distractions, and without the pressure of external expectations. When we embrace this quiet, we create space for introspection. And through introspection, we gain insight. We begin to see ourselves more clearly, understand our motivations, and uncover the wisdom we've gathered along the way. The answers we seek often reside within us, waiting for us to slow down and listen. Insight doesn't always come in the form of grand epiphanies. Sometimes it's the subtle whispers of realization that guide us in the right direction. The stillness allows us to hear those whispers, the quiet nudges of our intuition, the small but significant moments of clarity that can change the course of our lives. It's when we quiet the noise and tune into our inner voice that we realize the direction we need to take, the decisions we need to make, and the changes we need to embrace. In the stillness, we also gain perspective. Life moves fast, and when we're constantly in motion, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. The stillness allows us to step back and reflect on what truly matters. It's the space where we can evaluate our values, our goals, and our priorities. It helps us realign with what's important, giving us the clarity we need to move forward with purpose and intention. But the stillness isn't just about reflection, it's about finding peace. The world outside may be chaotic, but in these moments of quiet, we are reminded that we don't need to constantly be in motion to be effective. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is sit still and listen. The stillness gives us the chance to recharge, to gather our strength, and to reconnect with our inner selves. It helps us cultivate the mental, emotional, and spiritual clarity that is needed to face the challenges ahead. Embracing the stillness isn't just about having a break from the noise. It's about recognizing its power. In this quiet space, we gain the insight and wisdom to move forward with greater intention and focus. The answers to our questions, the solutions to our problems, and the direction we need to go often emerge from moments of stillness. So, next time you find yourself in a quiet moment, don't rush through it. Embrace it, reflect on it, and listen closely, because the stillness has a way of revealing the truths you need to hear, the lessons you need to learn, and the clarity that will lead you forward on your journey. You are chosen for a reason. You are chosen for a reason. In a world filled with millions of people, it's easy to feel insignificant, to think that your life is just a random collection of experiences and moments. But the truth is, nothing in your life is by accident. Every challenge, every opportunity, every relationship has been part of a bigger plan, a plan that is leading you to fulfill a purpose far greater than you may realize right now. When you understand that you are chosen, it changes everything. It shifts your mindset from one of doubt to one of certainty. You stop questioning whether you're worthy and start embracing the fact that you were designed with intention. God doesn't make mistakes, and He didn't place you on this earth by chance. Your very existence is a part of a grand design. The reason you're here, the path you're walking, and the gifts you've been given are all connected to a purpose that is uniquely yours. Being chosen means that you have a specific role to play in the world, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others, but the truth is, no one else can do what you were meant to do. You were made with your own set of talents, experiences, and perspectives, and all of that is designed to make a difference. You may not always see the significance of your journey, but trust that every step is leading you to where you need to be. The fact that you are chosen doesn't mean everything will be easy. In fact, often the journey to fulfilling your purpose is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. But those struggles aren't there to break you. They're there to build you. Every difficulty you face is shaping you, strengthening your character, and preparing you for what lies ahead. The world needs you to be the person you were created to be, and that person isn't formed by comfort. They are forged in the fire of adversity, resilience, and faith. Being chosen also means you have a responsibility. It's not just about receiving blessings. It's about using those blessings to serve others, to make an impact, and to contribute to something greater than yourself. The gifts you have, whether they are talents, knowledge, or a compassionate heart, are meant to be shared. You are not meant to keep them to yourself. You are chosen to make a difference in the lives of others. Whether it's in your family, your community, or even on a global scale, your actions matter. Every small step you take toward fulfilling your purpose creates a ripple effect that touches others in ways you may never fully see. At times, you may doubt your worth or question whether you're capable of fulfilling your purpose. But let me remind you, you are chosen because you are more than enough. You have everything within you to succeed. Your strengths, your passions, and your unique perspective are exactly what the world needs. You were prepared for this moment, even if you don't fully understand it yet. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from stepping into the life you were destined for. So, understand this. You are not here by accident. You are chosen for a reason. Your journey has meaning. Your challenges have purpose. And the impact you will make is invaluable. Embrace that truth. Walk in it. And know that every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling the incredible purpose for which you were chosen.